Hello dear students and welcome back. Salam Shagirdan Aziz wa دوباره خوش آمدین. In this video I'm going to talk about the last question based on the reading skill under the title of table completion questions. در این نوار تصویری بحث خود روی آخرین سوال مبتنی بر مهارت اخوان شما زیر عنوان پرسش های اتمام یا تکمیل سازی جدول به شما ایزانم می داشته باشم. Let's move on the second slide, and the second slide is celebrating you a definition, clear and comprehensive definition of this type of question. A table completion questions referred to as a fill in a table questions. سوال براتون داده میشه یک جدول و جدول خانه‌پوری میکنین. And it is preparation materials. Present you with a list of statements. چند تا statement براتون میده 6 or 7 that are related to the passage که ارتباط داره با متن. You must correctly categorize the statements in the table according to the directions. How many categories do we have and how they label them? نشانه علامت گذاری چه قسم شده است. The table we categorize information presented in the passage. There is typically no more than one table completion questions per reading passage. Please see the walkthrough on page 69 for an example of how table completion questions are presented. Like this. But before that, I'm sorry, this is a table completion, right? Quick guide. Table completion questions definition. Table completion questions provide you a table یک جدول می داشته باشد that reflects 2 or 3 categories سه بخش جداگانه in your left hand در دست چپتان or criteria from the passage. You're also presented with a 7 or 9 statement related to the passage. 9 تا 7 جمله براتون داده می شود. You need to select which categories the statement belong in. You're going to categorize the statement. This statement, for example, statement number 6 refers to category number 1. Statement number 2 refers to categories number 3. If any, here is a summary table types that appear on the test. This means column and rows. 2 column, maybe 3 column. A statement maybe 7 through to 9. Correct answer options F. There is 7 statement, so we have got 5 correct answers. If there is 9 statements, there should be 7. You have to choose 7 statements as a correct answers. So in this type of question, if here we have got 7 questions and 5 correct answers, it carries 3 points, whereas the 9th statement plus 7 correct answers, it carries 4 points. In order to answer the question, you must click on the statement and drag them to the correct categories in the table. Targeted skill. In order to correctly answer a table completion questions, you must, number 1, be able to recognize the main ideas of the passage. It means the categories and also the statements. Know the organizational style that are commonly associated with the question type. Organizational styles many times in the listening and the speaking and also in the reading many times I told you. Organizational style یعنی شیوه ساختاری یک متن چی می باشد. Is it pros and cons? Is it advantages, disadvantages, argumentative, narration, description, alright? Opinion, acceptance process. The correct answer for table completion questions will fit the categories in which they are classified. The correct statement will usually contain reword information, not exact wording. Also, the correct statements are usually major ideas from the passage, not minor details. For this question type, it's possible to earn partial credit depending on how many of the statements you correctly categorize them. Wrong answer option. Out of 7 or 9 answer options, there are usually 2 that do not fit into the table. Watch out for answer options that. Here are the strategies help you in order to find the incorrect answer option. 1. Do not fit into the general categories described in the chart. It doesn't refer to any categories. Okay, next. Include information that's not mentioned in the passage, so it is not mentioned. Second, include the information that's not mentioned, so it's not mentioned. The third one, contradict the facts from the passage. Or It is correct, but are minor details that are mentioned only briefly in the passage. So we are not searching for minor details here. Walk through. Table completion questions. Activity A. Quickly read the simple table completion questions below. Underline keywords in the statement. Where are the statements? Where are the statements? Here we have got the statements. Don't read. That classify, that will help. Okay, that underline keywords in the statements that will help you classify them. So remember, these are called label, navigation technique, and these are categories: celestial or magnetism. Here we have got select two. It means select two, a statement, and then here select three, a statement. You have to. It relies on you. You have to choose the statements. Remember, read the question, and this question is worth 3 points. Read the question. بالماذا? Activity B. Now read the simple passage on the next page about bird navigation techniques. While you read, underline the information that you think will help you categorize the statement in parlay. When you're done reading, write the number of a statement in the correct box in the table. Correct box in the table. For example, a statement number 5, a statement number 7, a statement number 1, number 2, or number 3. Just write down the number. Don't consume your time. Note, you will have only 5 of the 7 statements. It means you have to choose 5 statements out of the 7. Read the passage and do the given activities based on the directed guidance. Steps for answering correctly. So, tip 1, learn the organization styles that are associated with a table completion. متوجه باشین که اولین موضوع که which kind of organization کدام نوع ساختار است او را اول بدانین. The table completion questions often appear with a passage that present information that can be categorized. Learning which types of passage often have table completion question will help you pay close attention to the categories as they are presented in the reading passage and make it easier for you to quickly find the information you need in order to answer the question. The table below describes the organizational styles of passage that are often followed by the table completion questions. Organization styles associated with the table completion. Maybe it's pros and cons, فوائد نواقص, advantages or disadvantages, compare and contrast, cause and effects, a theory to support, or classification to classify something to types and kinds. In the pros and cons, present the advantages and disadvantages of a topic. In compare and contrast, discuss the similarities and differences between two subjects. شباهات و تضادهاش. Cause and effect, describe the cause and effects of something. علت و معلولی یک چیز را. And theory. Present multiple theories about one subject and support for each theory. Classification, discuss different type of something. Regardless of organizational styles, على الرغم از اینکه شما باید از بفهمید که کدام نوع از ساختار دارای ساختار و تشکیلات هستی متن, you should read the topic sentence for the paragraph in order to get a sense of the focus on each one. Then you can pinpoint the information you need in order to categorize the statement correctly. Pinpoint means highlighted. Locate them. You should read the topic statements of a paragraph. Remember, this is the most important part. Tip 2. Watch for answer options that contain the exact wording. If it's containing exact wordings, be cautious. It's not correct. It's incorrect. Typically, the correct statements for the table completion questions will contain paraphrased information. It means rephrased, not exact word and new word from the reading. If you see a statement that has the same wording from the passage, be sure to read it carefully before choosing it. Tip 3. Eliminate answer options that present minor points. What? Minor points. جزئیات جزئی. Or contradict information from the passage. یا معلومات در تضاد است. A statement that mentions only a minor point or that is not a factual according to the passage will not fit into the categories in the table. Remember, that is incorrect answer option. Alright, dear students, now read the tasks. Memorize yourself the tasks, do the given tasks, take picture from your notes and send them back to that group. Now let's jump to the get set. indicates it as usual. Here in activity A you have to scan a short passage about the history of Mediterranean. See شما در رابطه با تاریخ دریای مدیترانه میخوانین. Scan the short passage about geology, زمین شناسی. Write the main idea of each paragraph. So as usual here we have got 4 paragraphs. You have to read the first and second sentence of each paragraph and try to recognize and decode the main idea of each paragraph and write them in abbreviated notes. اختصار شده اینجا رشته میکنین. Activity B. Read the question carefully and note whether they're attics or table completion question. Which one? Previous strategy or current strategy that we are elaborating? Then answer the questions. Write the letter of each answer options next to the reason in the answer analysis box, explaining why it's correct, why it's incorrect. Here we have got question number 1, question number 2, question number 3. Here we have got. So one of the bold indicator for the table completion question is the statement. Progressive practice. Go for the TOEFL test. Read the passage about the topic in the astronomy, detection of extrasolar planets. Read the passage, my dear. Scan the passage as soon as possible, and then answer the questions. Do the given activities based on information that you gather from the listening passage on the TOEFL. Go for the TOEFL test. Alright, dears, and this was all the information about the last question based on the reading scale under the title of table completion questions. I hope you enjoyed from the watching video. Any questions spring to your mind, so please do not hesitate to share with me. Have a nice time. Bye bye.